Chairman Nash focused this year's State of the County speech on transit. Advanced voting on transit takes place February 25th to March 15th, and Gwinnett police are now using blue cruise lights on patrol cars. Those stories and much more coming up next in this edition of Eye on Gwinnett. Welcome to Eye on Gwinnett. I'm your host, Matt Wilson. Chairman Nash gave her annual State of the County speech at the Infinite Energy Center on February 20th. She focused on expanding the proposed transit contract that is now being put to voters.
As we begin Gwinnett's third century, the future of transit in the county will be determined by Gwinnett voters. There is only one question on the ballot, and its wording was determined by state law. Gwinnett County has executed a contract for the provision of transit services dated as of August 2nd, 2018. Shall this contract be approved? Yes or no?
Speaking of transit, the county is also holding a series of public information sessions about the proposed transit contract referendum. The final two transit plan information sessions are Monday, March 11th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, March 16th from 10 a.m. to noon. If voters approved the contract with MARTA, expansion would follow the county's Connect Gwinnett transit plan that was developed with substantial public participation and technical analysis. If approved by voters, the expansion would be funded by a one-cent sales tax. The contract would give the county control over funds, expenditures, projects and services, and requires that Gwinnett funds be spent for the benefit of Gwinnett. It would also give Gwinnett 3 seats on the MARTA board. Go to connectgwinnettransit.com for details. Election day is March 19th. Some 900 voters showed up for the first day of advance voting, February 25th, at the elections office to cast their ballot in the transit contract referendum. Additional advance voting locations are open in 7 county parks from March 4th through the 15th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. On Election Day, you must vote at your assigned polling location.
El 25 de febrero, unos 900 votantes se presentaron para el primer día de votación adelantada en la oficina de elecciones para emitir su voto en el referéndum sobre el contrato de transporte. Los lugares adicionales de votación adelantada están abiertos en 7 parques del condado, desde el 4 al 15 de marzo, de 7 de la mañana a 7 de la noche, los 7 días de la semana. En el día de las elecciones, debe votar en su lugar de votación asignado.
Gwinnett commissioners have approved the final draft of the 2040 Unified Plan following reviews by Georgia Community Affairs and the Atlanta Regional Commission. The plan contains maps, analysis, and policies to guide progress and development countywide through 2040. It draws on months of public input to address community goals, needs, and opportunities, housing, transportation, economic development, and land use. Home First Gwinnett is launching an initiative to address homelessness and affordable housing needs in the county. Through a partnership with Gwinnett County, the United Way of Greater Atlanta, and the Primerica Foundation, the group will establish a new assessment center in the old John Wesley United Methodist Church building in Norcross. The center will connect families in a housing crisis with providers who can meet those needs in real time. The center will also include a 20-bed on-site shelter for women and children. The assessment center is expected to open this summer. Applications for the upcoming Citizens Police Academy are due March 18th for the spring session. It will run from March 26th to May 16th on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's open to all Gwinnett residents 18 or older who pass the application process and a driver and criminal history check. The Citizens Police Academy includes classroom lectures, police unit demonstrations, and practical exercises. The application form is available online at gwinnettpolice.com. Commissioners also bought another portion of the Promised Land, the historic property that was once a plantation and later became a center for Black life in the southern tip of the county. The $81,000 purchase buys about 2 acres near Anderson-Libsey Lane and Lee Road. The sellers are Thomas and Doretha Livesey, descendants of the original black families who once lived at the former plantation. The county already owns 1.5 acres there, bought in 2016, that include the big house home that slave owner Thomas McGuire built in the 1820s. Thomas Livesey's father then bought the house and about 100 acres in the early 1920s using savings from railroad work. He created a thriving farm and opened several local businesses, establishing an important black community in the region. The county is renovating the big house and plans to open it as a museum with educational tours. The rules for when you stop for a school bus have changed again, back to the way they were less than a year ago. This year's State General Assembly made the change and Governor Kemp has already signed it into law. So now, cars heading in both directions on a divided roadway must stop for a school bus with its lights flashing, even if the road is divided by a center turn lane or double yellow stripes. That reverses changes made to state law last year. If the road is divided by a grass or otherwise unpaved median or a raised barrier, cars coming from the opposite direction do not have to stop for the school bus. On a two-lane road, drivers coming from both directions must continue to stop for school buses picking up or dropping off kids. Gwinnett police cars are now using blue cruise lights. They don't flash and they don't mean you have to stop. Many U.S. police jurisdictions are using the new lights while checking neighborhoods, commercial areas, and retail establishments. Cruise lights are intended to assure people that police officers are in the area and available if needed, and to help bring a level of comfort to the members of the community. Cruise lights are not used for traffic stops. Blue lights for traffic stops are always flashing. Gwinnett police cars use flashing blue and red lights on the roof, push bumpers, headlights, and taillights. By the way, Gwinnett police are on TV, featured in an episode of The First 48 on the A&E network. The episode, called Flashing Colors, covers a 2017 homicide investigation at the Midnight Blue Cafe on Jimmy Carter Boulevard. The show takes you behind the scenes of real-life investigations, following real homicide detectives in the critical first 48 hours of a murder investigation. Gwinnett seniors 65 and older with Georgia net taxable income of $93,664 or less may qualify for a senior school homestead exemption on their property tax. You must own and occupy your home as your primary residence as of January 1st and apply for the exemption by April 1st. If you're not required to file taxes, there are other ways to prove your income. Gwinnett offers a dozen different homestead exemptions, and you can use the same application form for all. It's available online at gwinnettaxcommissioner.com/apply. If you haven't already approved exemption, you don't need to reapply each year unless there's been a change. For help, contact the Tax Commissioner's Office 8 to 5 weekdays by phone at 770-822-8800 or by email to tax@gwinnettcounty.com. Gwinnett has moved up to the platinum level of the Atlanta Regional Commission's Green Community Program, and we're the first county government to do so. That journey began in 2010 at the bronze level and reached gold level in 2014. The program encourages local governments to reduce their environmental impact and recognizes commitment to environmental stewardship and leadership in sustainability practices. Among other initiatives that helped us achieve platinum certification, Gwinnett bought 3 hybrid vehicles, hosted environmental education programs, and taught the importance of sustainability. We also require native and drought-tolerant plants to minimize use of pesticides, fertilizer, and water, and we reuse rainwater and reclaim biosolids from wastewater treatment to make fertilizer. In Metro Atlanta, 20 local governments, 13 cities, and 7 counties are currently certified under ARC's Green Communities program. You can follow Gwinnett Police on Twitter at Gwinnett PD or visit the Gwinnett Animal Shelter on Facebook. And you can see what your property taxes buy on a daily or annual basis with our online tool called Where Your Property Taxes Go. Look under Your Money at GwinnettCounty.com. Our GwinnettCounty.com website is device responsive, and it's easier than ever to find news, events, and online services like paying water bills or getting permit information on the go. Check it out from your smartphone or tablet. You're watching TV Gwinnett. We're on Comcast, Charter, and AT&T UVerse cable systems and on the internet at tvgwinnett.com. where you can watch more than 1,000 of our programs, including the State of the County presentation and more than 200 previous editions of Eye on Gwinnett. They're all available anytime, 24/7 for free. Please email us with questions or comments at tv@gwinnettcounty.com. And that wraps up this episode of Eye on Gwinnett. I'm Matt Wilson, and thank you for watching.